Thank you, Elise. I just wanted to share briefly. Elise was talking about her logo. It brought back memories because I got married 3 years ago, and my theme of my wedding was an evolution of love. Is this working? Is it working? Okay. And the theme of my wedding was evolution of love, denoted by the butterfly. And isn't that amazing how God connected the two of us? Her logo for her business is a butterfly. The theme for my wedding was a butterfly, an evolution of love. I believe that evolution is a very important quality of a leader. We're always evolving, and we always will be. I tell people all the time that I'm a work in progress, and I'll be a work in progress until I take my last breath. We can never stop learning. We should never stop learning. We should always aspire to gain more wisdom and knowledge and understanding. And that's what a great leader does. And I have 13 reasons why everyone should want to aspire to be a leader. So I'm going to share just a couple as we have a break in between speakers. One reason, leaders get to celebrate accomplishment. 2, leaders have strong beliefs. You believe in what you're doing, your passion, and you're passionate about it, right? You have very strong beliefs about what you're doing. Whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you work in the corporate arena, you have very strong beliefs. 3, leaders get to build up the self-worth of others. How many of you leaders in the room love to do that? You love building up others and encouraging others and inspiring others. It gives you this warm and tingling feeling inside, right? And number 4, leaders get to live lives fueled by deep passion. A lot of us are leaders, and we do what we do because we love it. We're passionate about it. And we can't see ourselves doing anything else, right? So those are just 4 reasons why everyone in this room should want to be a leader. And I want to share a leadership quote with you. And write this down if you have your notes and your notepad or a pen, or I know all of you have smartphones, so you can type it into your notes in your phone. This quote is by Lou Tao. A leader is best when people barely know that he or she exists. When he or she's work is all done, the aim has been fulfilled, they will say, we did it ourselves. So a leader should not be a person who is looking for gratification, who's looking for accolades, who's always looking for a pat on the shoulder. That's not what a leader is. A leader is the one who will extend the pat on the shoulder and give the accolades to those who are supporting them. All right? So without further ado, I would like to introduce our first speaker of this afternoon. And her name is Miss Andrika J. Austin, also known as AJ. Andrika is the socialprenista. I love that. A business coach for women small business owners. She specializes in vision, elevation, helping you see beyond where you are and getting you one step closer on your journey to business success by helping you to use what you know and leverage your expertise and increase your impact, influence, and income. Everybody wants to increase in all those areas, right? Yes. You can find out more information about Andrika and how she can help you to reach your next level. Her website is www.thebossofme.me. Excuse me, thebossof.me. Okay, thebossof.me. Without further ado, please give a round of applause for Miss AJ.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. That's it. It's Sunday. We've had dinner. We've been at church, hopefully. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Awesome. Well, I wanted you guys just to know a little about me, and let's get to know each other. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. I feel like I'm so far from you guys. I'm spread out, but something you don't know about me. It took me 15 years to complete college. 10 years ago, I had 2 corporate jobs downsized, and I was homeless, sleeping in my car and on the floors and couches of friends and family. 8 years ago, I was leaving divorce court, and as I got ready to get on the elevator and push the down button, my phone rang, and it was my cousin telling me that my mom had just passed. So I went from unemployed, homeless, divorced, college dropout, now without a mother, to an 11-year small business owner and a homeowner now with a rental property, who now holds my first degree in training and development, which now serves as my platform to teach women small business owners how to turn their obstacles into opportunities, how to increase their impact, their influence, and their income. Now I work about 6 months out of the year making more money than I've ever made in corporate America. I could not have done this without partnerships and the support of working with other people together. People who, like Evelise mentioned, supported my dream, my vision. So today I want us to talk about collaborative leadership and how to be a genuine leader as a way to do greater things in our lives. So really quick, I know we're kind of sleepy and sluggish and we just had our little hors d'oeuvres, which were so cute. But if you can, everybody sit up straight, because we're leaders, right? People are watching, right? That's what Evelise just told us. Repeat after me. Say impact plus influence equals income. Do you guys believe that?
Yeah.
What did I just say?
Impact plus influence equals income.
Very good, very good. So I teach what I like to call legacy builders. And that's a hashtag, by the way. Hashtag legacy builders for you guys who are tweeters here in the room. But it's all about having a plan. So really quick, because we're sitting 2 by 2, look at the person to your left. Or to your right. Y'all know what I mean. Look at each other. I was like, how is this going to be set up? Look at each other. All right? Tell the woman sitting next to you that we are better.
We are better.
We are stronger.
We are stronger.
And we are more powerful.
And we are more powerful.
Together. You guys believe that?
Yes.
Okay. Did everybody get a chance to say, I like that? High five. Yeah, you guys are feeling it. You guys all got a chance to say it to each other. You all kind of believe it a little bit. Too far?
No, I said far or near.
Oh,
Doesn't
far.
matter.
Very
She got it.
Sabrina, teamwork. Make the dream work. So, women power better together. I like to break the word together down to get there. Where are you trying to get? And you can only do it when you have a partner who supports you, who believes in your mission. And so, let me see my leaders in the room again. I know Evelise asked us. Leaders? Okay, that's about everybody. What about followers? Any followers in the room?
To an extent.
Thank you for proudly being a follower, right? Follower, very good. That's a good quality.
Yeah.
So today, we're briefly talking about both leadership and what it means to be a follower, and how those partnerships, aka collaborative leadership, can help you instantly increase your impact, influence, and income, and how I've used it to be where I am today. And then at the end of our time together, if you guys are interested, I have a special gift for everyone here. And so that way we'll stay connected. And as we reach our next level, together, then we can make sure we're keeping each other accountable, because that's one of those leadership qualities, right? Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. So really quick, I want to poll the room to see what type of leaders we have in the room. I understand everyone's not an entrepreneur, everyone's not a business owner, but really quick, just raise your hand if you're a community leader, if you do anything in your community to lead. All right? Oh, is that a hand raised photographer? Okay. Community leaders? About 3. Okay, what about business leaders? Any business owners, CEOs, bosses, as Evelise put? Okay, CEOs. Okay, we got a few of those. And what about corporate worker leaders? All right. We're getting paid to lead, right? And what about nonprofit leaders? Nonprofit, we have two nonprofits. Okay. Well, really quick, I just want to point out some benefits of no matter what type of leader you are, no matter what type of follower you are, how you can bring that all together to do what? Increase our impact, influence, and income. Very good. So when you partner with others and you do what's called collaborative leadership, that's the impact part of impact plus influence equals income. It helps helps you grow. It increases your skills, your visibility, your credibility. A lot of people like to, like Evelise mentioned, try to do everything on their own. They feel like no one can do it like me. Let me just do it my way. I don't have time to train anybody. You know, we kind of get stuck in that leadership role and then we get burned out. But when you build strategic partnerships, it sets a foundation. It sets those relationships that'll support you to your next level. So we have to be open to both lead and follow. And then know that when you pull together with other people who can lead and or follow, then it'll make you stand out as resourceful. Someone to go to when someone else might need help or someone else might need, to know who to call on, where to go. You're one of those resources. And then it heightens your platform. Notice we're all here together because Evelise built this platform. But she didn't mind sharing her platform with myself and the other speakers here today because she has heightened the awareness of there are other leaders in our community. So let's do this together to empower women. And then it leads to that optimal success when your visions align. Because we can all come together as women, as leaders, as black, white, no matter what you believe on a Sunday afternoon to better our leadership skills. That says a whole lot about being a woman in leadership. And I love how you pointed out Harriet Tubman. She didn't say the first black woman on a $20 bill. She said the first woman. That enlightened me because I was like, as an African-American woman, I'm looking at, okay, that's Harriet Tubman. But, you said a woman. That pointed it out. That's heightening our platform. Harriet did a lot before us to heighten our platform. So that was a great example. So when you combine with other leaders, you pull out each other's strengths. Have anybody ever, I had someone recently tell me, 2 leaders have to learn when to lead. Because if not, you can kind of clash, right? And it opened my eyes. And so it was a male. And he said, as a woman, it's okay to be strong as a leader. But if your husband is a leader as well, you have to know how to swoop in and lead at a certain time and then swoop back out. And it made a really good point because I said, I didn't think of that. I thought you would have to change who you are and humble and submit. Right. But he said, no, you just have to know when to lead because you're both strong in certain areas. So you look for that moment to support each other and then you swoop in and take the reins when they need help. And I thought that was an awesome opportunity to talk about that network. So even if you're not married or you're not in a partnership in a business, you do need people around you who can swoop in and help you out. And they also have strengths in certain areas as well. But when you find a common connection or a theme like, hey, let's lead together, let's be women empowered together, we can do so much better together. You're more effective. Your knowledge is brighter. You look smarter when someone brings you in as a speaker, like, hey, listen to what she has to say, versus me saying, hey, I'm smart, come and listen to what I have to say, right? So when those skills and those resources and those abilities are pointed out, it makes you look like a better leader, a better woman in power. And then, believe it or not, women with kids, your kids are watching. So you're setting examples for those future leaders. They're looking like, what is mommy doing? What is my auntie doing? I have 2 little nephews, and they watch everything, and they ask questions, and they want to know why. So you do have to watch, because like Evelise said, you're on 24/7, even in the break room, even in the bathroom, where you're trying to use the bathroom, and they're knocking on the door trying to get in. Mommy, what are you doing? Auntie, what are you doing? Someone's always watching. So my mom always said, you be a leader and not a follower. And I believe that all of my life. You be a leader, not a follower. But then as I got older, I saw the value in being a follower. Is everybody okay with following from time to time?
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Would you tell your kids that it's okay to follow from time to time? Just not all the time. Because think about it. Even in social media, we're what? Followers. Right. They don't have a leader button. Leader is the person posting on the page, but everyone follows, everyone likes. But when you follow and you lead, then you build that support. You build that fan base. So even if you have a strong following on Facebook or Twitter, you also follow other people. You also see what they're doing. You support them. You put it out there, what they have going on. And then you build your own fan base because people learn about you, about your skills. They show up at events, and they know who you are on and offline because you follow as well as lead. So when you offer those who lead, you also make sure that when I support other leaders, I'm also being a strong follower. And when you're a strong follower, you give other followers a reason to come and let you lead them. You give them something to look forward to because you're adding value. In business, we call those brand ambassadors. They see you serving, and then they know what you do, so they go out and tell other people about you because you're so great. They believe in your brand, they support you. And then you create a cause or a movement. Like Emily said, this is a movement. Empower, inspire, evolve. This is a common theme, a movement. We're trying to be better what? Together. Right. So when you create that movement, people love your story. They love to resonate. They love to see themselves in your story. They love to hear themselves in your vision. Like, I can see myself being better. I can see myself being a woman in leadership. I can see myself speaking and taking on that leadership role. And so when you do that, it opens it up for people to start to relate to you. And as you're vulnerable, just like I shared my opening story, and you guys were like, you know, you guys can relate. But one thing I did, and Facebook reminded me of this the other day, about this time last year, I was in a challenge called 30 Days of Vulnerability. And every day for 30 days, I had to post something that I probably wouldn't tell a room full of strangers, much less an internet full of strangers, right? So I said stuff like how I graduated high school with no pregnancies, which meant no abortions, because I had a lot of friends doing that, no criminal record, no drugs, no alcohol, graduated top of my class, got a full ride to school, did a lot of things that got me to where I am today, earned my training and development degree, and then I did all of that as a single, I grew up in a single parent home, low income, food stamps, welfare, Medicaid, projects. I see some head nods, so you guys are relating, right? But that was vulnerability, because as African American women, we were also taught not to talk outside of our home. So if my mom was alive and she saw that Facebook post, I would have some explaining to do. But that was vulnerability. That was a chance for people who follow me as a leader to get to know me. And I got so many inboxes and phone calls and emails saying, hey, and one lady even said, hey, I'm in a shelter right now. Thank you for talking about being homeless. What can I do? So at that point, I was not only a leader, but I was a resource, saying, well, let me tell you what I did that worked for me. Because it's not just about trying to look good or get people to buy into what you do, but it's all about helping each other and making each other better together. So when you offer your people and your followers something different than what's already out there, because what's already out there is people faking it till you make it, right? I've always had it together. I've never been through a struggle, never been broke. That's not real. You know, we're looking for something we can relate to. And so when you put that out there, you tell people what you're up to. You're sharing your pictures. I just posted, you know, with the sign, here we are today. This is what's going on. If you're not here, you're missing it. It's about to go down. People love stuff like that. They love relating to you with things that's going on. So you have to give them a call to action, how they can be better, what they can do, how they can help you be a better leader. So when you're open to those ideas, then it makes you look a lot better. I want to leave you guys with this. One thing many leaders do not do, they don't share each other's messages. It's a room full of leaders in here. There's no reason that everyone in here shouldn't be posting on Facebook right now what's going on. Because this time next month, this room should not have seats available. Because we're not the only leaders here. We're not the only people trying to do better and be better. We want to put the word out. We do want to share. We want to open up with our own network of followers. Because we all have followers in here, right? Even though we don't think we're a leader. I'm periscoping right now. Some people don't periscope because they don't think they have anything to say. But someone's watching. They need to know what's going on right now and what you guys are doing to help uplift other leaders in the community. So when you do that, that's the influence part of the impact plus influence equals income equation. Imagine people knowing where you are, what you're doing, who you're uplifting, and they're following you, and their followers are now following you. Then the end of that equation is what? Impact plus influence equals income. So you're making money because you're uplifting other leaders. You guys see how that works? Yes. Does that make a little bit of sense? So it's okay to share each other's messages, but I want you guys to start today to start setting a structure, a foundation with a strategy and a plan to have a purpose as a leader. Because when you come in a room with a purpose like, I'm here to meet someone and I'm here to help someone, I'm here to uplift someone, that's a purpose. You don't just call yourself a leader, but you're actually walking in that purpose. Then when you have goals for how you want to lead, okay, well, I want people to know who I am online and offline. I want them to recognize me when I walk into a room or I'm at Publix and they say, hey, socialprenista, they know who you are. And that actually happens all the time in my hometown. I went to my cousin's baby shower recently and one of my hometown friends said, the socialprenista's here, everybody. And I said, well, I didn't need that type of introduction. You can call me AJ. But to know that people are looking and they're following with what you do and they're putting it out there and you're being known on and offline, keep that in mind as you're posting that you're a leader. And then having a direction for who you want to follow you. What type of followers do you want? Do you want the Beyoncés that can shut down HBO on a Saturday for Lemonade? And I didn't even watch it, but I watched the Facebook post. She's a leader. No matter what people say, I guarantee you when she's on that screen and she's performing, you can't take your eyes off of her. She's a leader. She has followers. There's a reason people pay attention to what she does. So when you keep a clear focus on what type of results you want to deliver to people, what do you want people to get out of your leadership? Who can answer that really quick? What type of results, Jamila?
Education.
Education. How awesome is that to know that when you follow Jamila Anderson on Facebook, any kind of social media, you'll get education. You'll get empowered and enlightened on a new area that you may not know about. So those are results. So to have those expectations as a leader is awesome. And then get to know other leaders. Sabrina and I have been connected for a while. We both live out in the West Georgia area. Came in today, Jamila sat down and said, hey, Andrika, I've never met Jamila outside of Facebook. I even had to go back through our chat and remind us of what we talked about. But to walk in the room and be recognized offline and to be sitting by another leader, how powerful is that? And she knows what I do, I know what she does, and now we can uplift each other as leaders. So get to know other leaders, build that connection, collaborate with those purpose and those passions, and then be able to serve, support someone else's vision. I'm a Christian lady, it's Sunday, so I'm going to say this and not apologize for it, but the Bible talks about when you want to be great, you have to do what first? Serve. There's some church folks in here. You have to serve, you have to give before you receive. So when you are willing to serve, you're willing to mentor, you're willing to teach and train and facilitate, and as Jamila said, educate, then you set an example for what a successful leader looks like. And when you come together and collaborate on those partnerships, you set an example for future leaders. So show what you've done in your own life to change your life as a leader. Like I talked about earlier, I've been through a lot, but not by myself. I had support, I had partners. I came together with people who supported where I was going. And then finally, find a mentor or a coach or an accountability partner. Somebody who can help you stay on that course to being a great leader and you guys keep lifting each other up. Find someone not only to get under, but someone to bring up with you as a leader. So when you do that, you again are increasing your impact, influence, and income because now you're that go-to person. So at this point, I just want to deliver on my promise of what I mentioned to you guys with a free gift and how we can stay connected. I wanted us to take a minute if you guys have business cards. Anyone here have business cards real quick? Raise your hand. Those with a business card, take a business card and slide it to the end of the table for me really quick. And we should have had them out because we're leaders and we're here to network, right? Mm-hmm. So if you, I'm put it like this, if you want business, or if I was writing a check today, let me see who got that. Okay, here we go. We got a winner here. All right, 2 of them. Y'all ready to make money, I see that. Okay, 2 people ready to make money. I see that. All right, so what I'm doing is hosting a leadership call on next Sunday where I'm sharing more about being a leader and how to take it to the next level and what that looks like for you, whether you are in corporate, you have your own business, you're a community leader, you're a nonprofit leader, and we're going to do what's called hot seat coaching. And that's where you tell me, out of all these things I just read, what you're already doing, and I'm going to show you how to do it better based on what's worked well for me. So if you're interested in that, make sure I get your card before you leave or I leave. And then I want to leave you with this quote. There is someone somewhere waiting on you to walk in your destiny before they can walk in theirs. When you let your light shine, you give others permission to do the same. I'm Andrika J. Austin, also known as the Social Chronista. Thank you guys so much.
That was awesome, AJ. Please give her another round of applause. Now, those are some awesome words of wisdom and valuable golden nuggets that all of us should walk away with and tuck them into our little treasure chest and then pull them out as we go out into the world and serve and lead. I just want to share something with you. AJ talked about following. And that really stuck out in my mind, and I hate to continue using my marriage and my husband as an example, but before, when my husband and I were preparing for our wedding, I did everything in reverse. Typically, when you do your wedding programs and your announcements, the bride name goes first and then the groom, right? But I did it in the opposite. Every printed piece of material that had to do with our wedding, I put my husband's name first, well, my fiance at the time, and my name second. And I did that because I am such a strong, vocal woman, very independent. I'm a boss, okay, to sum it up. And I'm always, and I have always been so used to leading ever since I was a little girl. And I was fearful because I didn't want to go into a new marriage and end up losing my husband because I didn't know how to follow. So I wanted to show him that, sweetheart, I am willing to follow. I'm willing to let you be my leader at times, not all the time, but at times. And so that was a teachable moment for me and helped me in being a great leader by learning how to follow. So AJ, that was an awesome illustration that you gave. I love it. Thank you so much. I want to share 4 more tips to why we should all aspire to be leaders before I introduce our next speaker. Number 5, leaders get to accomplish great things with a team. And Eloise spoke so eloquently about that earlier in her introduction. We as leaders